Sharanu. Today I welcome you to the discourse on Basava Philosophy and Basava message. Today we have with us Sri Ramjan Darga and Akka Annapurna. I request them to take the seat now. They were here visiting California on request, on invitation from California chapter to attend and give a talk on Basava philosophy at VSNA convention. And opportunity arose for us to get them here. So several VSNA chapters on the Northeast, they had interest in inviting them. And Dr. Jagdish, on behalf of our Maryland chapter and Virginia chapter, coordinated with other chapters and made it possible. So I would like to thank Jagdish for taking the effort. And also I like to thank the sponsor to help us make this possible, Dr. Shiv Prakash, who is here with us today, and Dr. Mrutyunjay Gunchigar, who are unable to come. I also would like to thank them for helping us host this event. It requires a lot of effort, coordination, logistics, everything. So I thank Dr. Jagdish as well as once again Dr. Shiv Prakash and Mrutyunjay Gunchigar. And I'm sure you are all looking forward to, as much as me, to listen to Sri Ramjan Darga and Akka Annapurna to understand more about, for some of us to learn, or for those who already know to refresh and to have a discussion. So I hope you are all going to have a good time. So without further delay, I would like to start the program. I'm not going to going to introduce the guest, so I'm not going to elaborate on that. Now I request Trishul to start with the Vachana singing.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ. ಈ ವಚನ ಹೆಸರು ಜ್ಞಾನದ ಬಲದಿಂದ ಅಂತ. ಜ್ಞಾನದ ಬಲದಿಂದ ಅಜ್ಞಾನದ ಕೇಡು ನೋಡಯ್ಯ, ಜ್ಞಾನದ ಬಲದಿಂದ ಅಜ್ಞಾನದ ಕೇಡು ನೋಡಯ್ಯ, ಜ್ಯೋತಿಯ ಬಲದಿಂದ ತಮಂದದ ಕೇಡು ನೋಡಯ್ಯ, ಜ್ಯೋತಿಯ ಬಲದಿಂದ ತಮಂದದ ಕೇಡು ನೋಡಯ್ಯ, ಜ್ಞಾನದ ಬಲದಿಂದ ಅಜ್ಞಾನದ ಕೇಡು ನೋಡಯ್ಯ, ಸತ್ಯದ ಬಲದಿಂದ ಅಸತ್ಯದ ಕೇಡು ನೋಡಯ್ಯ, ಸತ್ಯದ ಬಲದಿಂದ ಅಸತ್ಯದ ಕೇಡು ನೋಡಯ್ಯ, ಪರುಷದ ಬಲದಿಂದ ಅವರೋಹದ ಕೇಡು ನೋಡಯ್ಯ, ಪರುಷದ ಬಲದಿಂದ ಅವರೋಹದ ಕೇಡು ನೋಡಯ್ಯ, ಕೂಡಲ ಸಂಗನ ಶರಣರ ಅನುಭಾವದ ಬಲದಿಂದ, ಕೂಡಲ ಸಂಗನ ಶರಣರ ಅನುಭಾವದ ಬಲದಿಂದ, ಎನ್ನ ಭಾವದ ಕೇಡು ನೋಡಯ್ಯ, ಎನ್ನ ಭಾವದ ಕೇಡು ನೋಡಯ್ಯ, ಸತ್ಯದ ಬಲದಿಂದ ಅಸತ್ಯದ ಕೇಡು ನೋಡಯ್ಯ, ಪರುಷದ ಬಲದಿಂದ ಅವರೋಹದ ಕೇಡು ನೋಡಯ್ಯ, ಕೂಡಲ ಸಂಗನ ಶರಣರ ಅನುಭಾವದ ಬಲದಿಂದ, ಕೂಡಲ ಸಂಗನ ಶರಣರ ಅನುಭಾವದ ಬಲದಿಂದ, ಎನ್ನ ಭಾವದ ಕೇಡು ನೋಡಯ್ಯ, ಎನ್ನ ಭಾವದ ಕೇಡು ನೋಡಯ್ಯ.
Thank you, Trishul. Now I request Dr. Jagdish to introduce Sri Ramjan Darga.
ಶರಣು ಶರಣಾರ್ಥಿ ಅದರ ಸಾಗರಿಗೂ ಶರಣು. Thank you very much for coming down to attend this session, which is very, very important for us. And just now we heard about such a powerful song. Of course, this is one of the songs which we have put it in our prayer book, which speaks about the elements of truth here. Such a powerful song which we chose for this occasion because we have to seek our knowledge. So we are seeking knowledge from the learned people here. So there's one of the aspects why we chose this song, that is the power of knowledge and power of wisdom which we have here, and the power of light and power of truth which we are going to discover here from the learned people. That's why this is very important Vachana. And see, Ramjan Darga last time visited North America was that attending the convention at Toronto. I heard his speech. It was a very touchy speech, and it was so eloquent speech which he gave at the convention, which definitely moved a lot of people who attended in that during that convention, and we gave a standing ovation for his speech. And we know that he's a very good writer and who writes very well on the Basaveshwara philosophy, and is a great thinker on those lines. And we circulated about his works and everything in our newsletter, inviting you people to attend this session, and a lot of you must have read about it. So it may be a little for me to say anything about, because already we said much more about him in our circular notice, and we might have seen that how many awards he has bagged during his career, moving from as a Prajavani editor to that of now at present he is occupying a chair in that Basava. Before that he was in Gulbarga University for the Vachana studies. Now he is at Basavapatistana in Bidar, where he is conducting Vachana studies, deep studies. And last 2 days I interacted with him, and every time when we moving around, going to visiting DC and seeing other places, we keep on discussing various aspects of this Basava philosophy, which I know that it touches us very much. And of course, I'm still learning much more from people like you people who've been interacting during our regular sessions. We talk, and we have an Anubhava Mantapa, which I was telling him that we also discuss several vachanas. During the time we are interacting with our own people, we will learn much more. And today we will be learning much more from him, because he has contributed several books to enrich the knowledge in this area, and he has always taken several awards, like Karnataka Rajyotsava Award, which is one of the prestigious awards which all of us know. And besides that, he is also on the advisory committee of several things, including that of the university. And in this process, we enrich our own knowledge in Basava philosophy. Thank you so much. Now I would request Ramjan Darga to give his speech on these aspects. After both the speeches, we'll be having a discussion, so you won't have to worry about asking question of itself. So if you keep all your questions together, we will be able to, after both the speeches, we'll have a discussion for about more than about 15-20 minutes before we break for dinner.
ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಅಕ್ಕ ಅನ್ನಪೂರ್ಣ ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ, ಜಗದೀಶ್ ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ, ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಲ್ಲಿ ಶರಣ. ಮಾತನಾಡುವ ಮೊದಲು ಒಂದು ಮನವಿಯನ್ನು ನಾನು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಏನಂದರೆ, ಕನ್ನಡ ಒಂದು ಭಾಷೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಎ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್. ಅದು ಅಂದರೆ ಕನ್ನಡ ಅಂದರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಪರಂಪರೆ, ಕನ್ನಡ ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಅನನ್ಯವಾದ ನೆನಪು, ಕನ್ನಡ ಅಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಪೂರ್ವಜರು ಉಸಿರಾಡುವಂಥ ಮಾತು. ನಮ್ಮ ಬಸವಣ್ಣನವರು ಶರಣರು ಇವತ್ತಿಗೂ ವಚನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಉಸಿರಾಡಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಕನ್ನಡ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಮಗೆ ಭವಿಷ್ಯದ ದಾರಿಯನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿಕೊಡುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಮಾಧ್ಯಮ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾಲಕರಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನೊಂದು ವಿನಂತಿ ಇದೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಎಲ್ಲ ಭಾಷೆಯನ್ನು ಕಲೀಲಿ, ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷನ್ನು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕಲೀಲಿ, ಫ್ರೆಂಚ್ ಕಲೀಲಿ, ಜರ್ಮನ್ ಕಲೀಲಿ. ಆದರೆ ಪುಕ್ಕಟೆಯಾಗಿ ಬರುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಭಾಷೆಯನ್ನು ಅವರು ಕಲಿಯದೇ ಇರುವುದಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಅವರ ಭವಿಷ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳ ತೊಂದರೆಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡುವಂಥ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿಯನ್ನು ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಏನಾದರೂ ತಪ್ಪಿದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇ ಕಾರಣರಾಗಿರ್ತೇವೆ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕನ್ನಡ ಕಲಿಸದೇ ಇರುವುದರ ಮೂಲಕ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯನ್ನು ಕಳ್ಕೊತೇವೆ. ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾತನಾಡಬೇಕಷ್ಟೇ. ಒಂದು ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಟಿವ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೂ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಉಳಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಮತ್ತು ನಾನೊಂದು ಭಾಷಾ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಯಾವ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಕೂಡ ಈ ಭಾಷೆ ನಾನು ಕಲಿಯೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಂಥ ವಾತಾವರಣ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅವು ಭಾಳ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕಲಿತವೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಂದರೆ ಈ ಭಾಷೆ ಮೂಲಕ ಅವರು ತಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಯನ್ನು, ತಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಕಾರವನ್ನು, ಪರಂಪರೆಯನ್ನು, ನಾಟ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಟ್ರೆಡಿಷನ್, ದೇರ್ ಹೆರಿಟೇಜ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲ ಭಾಷೆಯನ್ನು ಕಲಿಸೋದ್ರ ಮೂಲಕ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಾತೃಭಾಷೆಯನ್ನು, ನಮ್ಮ ಆತ್ಮದ ಭಾಷೆಯನ್ನು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕಲಿಸಲೇಬೇಕು. ಒಂದು ವೇಳೆ ನಾವು ಕಲಿಸದೆ ಹೋದರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಪೂರ್ವಜರ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಬಿರುಕು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಮ ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಬಿರುಕು ಶುರು ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಇದು ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಇದೊಂದು ವಿನಂತಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಒಂದು ಸುಂದರವಾದ ಭಾಷೆ ಇದೆ, ಒಂದು ಸುಂದರವಾದ ತತ್ವ ಇದೆ, ಒಂದು ಸುಂದರವಾದ ಪರಂಪರೆ ಇದೆ. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆ ನಾವು ಈ ವಚನವನ್ನು ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಓದ್ಬೋದು, ಹಿಂದಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಓದ್ಬೋದು. ಆದರೆ ಅದರ ಮೂಲ ಅರ್ಥದಲ್ಲಿ, ಆ ಒಂದು ಅರಿವಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಿದ್ರೆ ಸಿಗೋ ಆನಂದ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಆನಂದವೇ ಬೇರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಭಾಳ ಮಂದಿಗೆ ಏನು ಅನಿಸಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ವಚನ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಭಾಳ ಸರಳ ಅನ್ನೋದು. ಅದು ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಅದು ಮೊದಲ ನೋಟಕ್ಕೆ ಭಾಳ ಸರಳ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಓದ್ತಾ ಹೋದಾಗೆ, ಭಾಳ ಡೀಪಾಗಿ ಹೋದಾಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅದರದ್ದು ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತದಲ್ಲ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಠಿಣ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ವಚನಗಳು ಅವು ನಮಗೆ ಸರಳ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಆ ಭಾಷೆಯ ವೈವಿಧ್ಯವನ್ನು, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಶಬ್ದ ಅನೇಕ ಅರ್ಥಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ವಚನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಅದು ಡಿಕ್ಷನರಿ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಶಬ್ದಾರ್ಥ ಅಂತೇವೆ ನಾವು. ಅದು ಲಕ್ಷಣಾರ್ಥ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಕಾಲ್ ಸಿನೆಕ್ಟೋಕೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಧ್ವನ್ಯಾರ್ಥ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ತತ್ವಾರ್ಥ ಇರ್ತದೆ. 4 ಅರ್ಥಗಳಿಂದ ಅದು ಅನೇಕ ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನ್ಸ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ನಾವು ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆದಷ್ಟು ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಜೊತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಾತೃಭಾಷೆಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ಪ್ರಯೋಗ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅವು ಭಾಳ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತವೆ. ಅವ್ರೇನು ಕನ್ನಡನ ಓದೋದು ಬರೆಯೋದು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಉಳಿತು, ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೂಡ ಅವ್ರು ಮಾತನಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇದು ನನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಮನವಿ. ಎರಡನೇದಾಗಿ, ನಾವು ಯಾಕೆ ಬಸವ ತತ್ವವನ್ನು ಇವತ್ತು 21ನೇ ಶತಮಾನ ಇದೆ, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದಕ್ಕೂ ರೀಸನಿಂಗ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತವೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ನಾನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಾತನಾಡಿ, ಐ ವುಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡೈಲಾಗ್ ವಿತ್ ಯು ಪೀಪಲ್. ನಮಗೆ ಐ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ಅದು ಭಾಳ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಈ ಮೊನೋಲಾಗ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಸಭೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಉಪಯೋಗ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಎಂದೋ ಒಂದು ಸಲ ಸೇರ್ತೇವೆ, ನಾವು ಹೋಗಿಬಿಡ್ತೇವೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಜನರಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತೇವೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಗುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿ ನಾನು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಅವಕಾಶ ನಾನು ಕೊಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಜಗದೀಶ್ವರು ಕೂಡ ಅದೇ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೋತ್ತರ ಭಾಳ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟು. ನಾವು ಯಾಕೆ ಈ ತತ್ವ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೇವೆ? 12ನೇ ಶತಮಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದಂಥ ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನು 21ನೇ ಶತಮಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಚಿಂತನೆಗೊಳಪಡಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ವಚನಗಳು, Basava belongs to 22nd century. He has written Vachanas in 21st century, but he was 1000 years ahead of his time. We should not forget this. And 22nd Vachanas are waiting for 22nd century, not for 21st century at all. Ivat nam ke what role we should have? We should safeguard this treasure of humankind for 22nd century. It is based on scientific temperament. It is based on the essence of humanity. It is based on compassion. It is based on work culture. There is no word in English or any language for kayaka. Kayaka is having social responsibility, family responsibility, universal responsibility. It is not just work. ನಾನು ದುಡಿತೇನೆ, ನಾನು ಊಟ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ, ನನ್ನ ಕುಟುಂಬ ಸಾಕ್ತೇನೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕಾಯಕ ಆಗೋದಲ್ಲ. Basava defines kayaka in a very different sense. He tells our kayaka should be useful to knowledge, to ethics, and to society. Guru Linga Jangama. Guru means knowledge, not person. Linga means tattva, principles. To safeguard knowledge, to safeguard principles in the society, and to safeguard the society itself. Jangama means society. Jangama is having 8 meanings in Vachana. Jangama means who carries these ideals is also called Jangama. Not Jati Jangama. Jangama is not a caste, we are just using that. Jangama, who carries these ideals, is called Jangama. Jangama means God. Jangama means it's one, this movable quality of the matter is called Jangama. Jangama means spirit. Jangama means energy. Jangama itself God. The meanings for one word actually. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಜಂಗಮ means society. What Basava told. ನಾನು ಆರಂಭವ ಮಾಡುವೆನಯ್ಯ ಗುರು ಪೂಜೆಗೆ. No, he starts with agriculture, which is mother of all cultures under the sun. That's how he starts, beautifully. Why we should work for knowledge to enhance and to safeguard and enhance the knowledge. That's why Nanu Aramba means agriculture. I go for agriculture because that agriculture gives the dimensions of different cultures. And the knowledge is the root of knowledge. That's why Nanu Arambava Maduvenaya Guru Pujege. For knowledge, I should work. Second, Nanu Bevahara. Bevahara means business. Nanu Bevaharava Maduvenaya Lingarchanegendu. My business is full of ethics. My kayaka is full of ethics. Nanu Parasevaya Maduvenaya. We are working for some companies, some nations, some farms, everywhere we work. That is called Paraseva. I'm just serving. For what? Jangama Dasoha Kendu. For social work, to take care of the society. We should take care of the self, we should take care of our community, our family, and we should take care of the community, and we should take care of all living beings in the world. Sakala Jivatmarige Lesane Baisuva Namma Kudala Sangana Sharanare Kulajaru. Sakala Jivatmarige. Basava talked about human rights and also the rights of the birds, rights of the animals also. In medieval history, nobody thought. At that time, America was not there, England was not there. There was no English language in 12th century. It was a Creole, what you call Creole in linguistics. It was just, communicative language with 98 core words. When we have produced vachanas in Kannada, when we have produced word literature, there was no single line of literature in English language. It's so amazing, I tell you. Still, why we are lagging behind? Because we are not spreading these ideas to the West. Because West has grown up with the help of industrial revolution, with the help of science and technological revolution. But we have never grown up because of all other conditions, not because of the lacuna of this philosophy. That's why we must try to understand. Whatever the best we imagine or we think and we strive for, it started with Basava philosophy. Whatever it may be in the world, I tell you, including your human rights, women's rights, Dalit rights, rights of the untouchables, rights of the blacks, and education, adult education, equality, organizing the suffering masses, working class, proletariats, all these things. Basava studied, he is father of all these movements. So amazing, I tell you. Who organized the working class in the world? Marx born in 19th century, but in 12th century, Basava, Lord Basaveshwara organized all, cross-section of the society. They were all workers. We call them Kayaka Jivigalu. They are all workers. Our forefathers were workers. They were not allowed to enter the temple even. That's why yesterday the concept came out. If you are not having chance to enter the temple, I will give you the God. God should be on your chest. Take. That was the revolution Basava did in the religious field also. And second thing, women's education. Just imagine the London University in 1895, it allowed women to study in 1895. But that too forced from Indian people. In 1875, one postman from Belgium asked the Bombay University to give a chance to write matriculation to his daughter. And this Bombay University was under the affiliation to London University. It was affiliated to London University. And the Bombay University had wrote letter to London University. This is the demand of the Indian people. London University took 8 years to take decision whether we should give education to women or not. And they felt wonder, even in London, in England, we are not giving education to women, and how the slave country is demanding. And at last they were ashamed of that, and they took a decision on that letter, and they took 8 years to take decision. But in 12th century, we got the literature of women folk. 35 women writers gave vachanas in 12th century. Just imagine what type of the education system Lord Basaveshwara was having. And adult education, which has not started in Brazil, what we read, but it started from Basava. All the cross-section of society got educated when they were in a middle age. People, one person, he was a Sufi from Afghanistan. We call him Marula Shankara Deva. He came from Afghanistan, he learned Kannada, and he wrote vachanas. And Mahadeva Gopala, a king, Mahadevi, his wife from Kashmir, they came to Basava Kalyan, this Kalyan, and they learned Kannada and wrote wonderful vachanas. Urilinga Peddi from Telugu Nadu, and Dohar Kakkaya from Malava Desha, and Adai from Saurashtra, near Gujarat. They all came and they learned Kannada. They wrote beautiful vachanas with universal concepts. See, this is the achievement of Lord Basava. And what about human rights? Just imagine, even in French Revolution, that revolution, the fruit of revolution went to men only, not women. And what Rousseau told, in 1763 he told, much before revolution he told, this ignorance is bliss to woman. That is a statement of Rousseau. But Basava told, Lord Basava told, woman is having equal share in every walk of life. He wrote. And what about the American Declaration of, freedom, your freedom charter, what it tells? Woman was not having voting power. Blacks were not having voting power. That declaration is meant for the men who are having property, not the woman folk. But in Basava's society, woman was having share in the socio-religious parliament, which is the biggest parliament under the sun still today. See, India is having biggest democracy. We are having parliamentary system. How many MPs are there? Not more than 575. But what about Basava's parliament? We call them Amara Ganangal. Amara Ganangal means representative from all cross-section of society. And there were 770. There is no parliament under the sun which is having 770 members. And Basava did that. In 12th century, the entire West was sleeping And you know the medieval history, the history of Dark Age. They never thought of democracy. They never thought of women's rights. They never thought of the rights of the blacks or the suffering masses. But Basava stood. He was the first organizer of working class, first organizer of the women folk, and first educator of the entire masses. And he was having the concept of human rights 850 years ago. Look at no more than 50 countries expert. They united under the leadership of Lady Roosevelt and formed 30 points and gave to UNO. In the UNO General Assembly declared the Universal Declaration of Human Rights 1948, December 10th. All the 30 points are in Basava's Vachanas. 25 points are in Constitution of India, but all the 30 points are in Basava's Vachanas. Regarding women's rights, regarding the rights of the slaves, regarding the rights of the children, regarding the rights of the illegitimate children. It took 800 years to take a stand on the rights of the illegitimate children, but Basava wrote on that also, and Basava stood by the illegitimate children. And he stood by the woman, equality, against all types of discriminations. In what type of personality Basava was, just imagine. All these things, he was a person of, he was having multi-dimensional personality. That's why he was a social psychologist, he was a psychologist, he was an economist, he was a philosopher, he was a great administrator, and he was a great human being with all simplicity and humbleness. That's why you are having a wonderful heritage. Take, we call Vachana Constitution. Vachanas, anybody, all these Sharanas, they used to write Vachanas. They will put in Anubhava Mantapa, what we call the socio-religious parliament. And there were 770 representatives, and every Vachana was checked by 770 representatives. It used to enter like, like a bill, and it used to come out like an act. That's why we call it Vachana Samvidhana. It is a constitution, Vachana Constitution. In 1215, there was an agreement between kulaks, these landlords, and King John in London. We call it Magna Carta. It happened in 1215 AD. But much before, in 12th century, this happened in 13th century. And what we say, the experts, the constitutional experts of the world say that Magna Carta is mother of all constitutions of the world. But I say, Vachanas are the mother of all constitutions of the world. Basava created this concept in 12th century. That's why we must try to understand it is not just a ritualistic religion. In a sense, it is a way of life. It has no business with religiosity, I tell you. Whatever it may be, he tags with the society, with the people, with the human rights, with all human dignity and sense of freedom. Even Ishtalinga Puja, he tells, Lingava Pujasi Phalavenaya. What is the use of Ishtalinga Puja? He asks, no, I am not asking, Lord Basava asked, Lingava Pujasi Phalavenaya. Samarati, Samakale, Samasukava Ariyadanaka. If you are unable to treat your wife equal, then what is the use of this Linga Puja? Samarati, there should not be gender discrimination. Samakale, there should not be racial discrimination. Even a beggar is having same dignity. Even a worker is having same dignity. Even a king is having same dignity. We can't degrade anybody because of their position, their economic position. You can't degrade an untouchable. Your children can't understand untouchability, but you know it very well. You teach them how the people suffered since time immemorial because of this Vedika culture of Varnashrama Paddhati. So Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Panchama, all these things, that's why he discarded all these things. All these concepts, he denied. And don't forget, our forefathers were the suffering masses. And because of Lord Basava, we are here. Because of Lord Basava, we got this life. Because of Lord Basava, our forefathers lived with great dignity and honor because they were workers, and the dignity of labor is the concept of Basava, and our forefathers enjoyed the Basava philosophy. That's why they practiced, they accepted. All these common people created a wonderful literature. That is the miracle of Basava. I don't believe in miracles, but Basava himself is a miracle too. See, he get the things done from the ordinary people, and the product is extraordinary. Ordinary people created extraordinary society. We call it Sankula. Where there is Sankula, there is no racism. There is no caste system, race system, class system, and there is no gender inequality. He created a wonderful, that Sankula means it is a wonderful concept of commune. In that commune, everybody is equal, irrespective of their caste, class, race, gender, etc. That's we told, Lingava Pujisi Phalavenaya, Samarati Samakale. Everybody is having same dignity. There is no Kshatra Tejas or Kshatra Kale. There is no Brahma Tejas or Brahma Kale. Every human being is equal. That's what Abraham Lincoln told, and that was the dream of Martin Luther King Jr. I have a dream. What dream he was having? In 1963 speech, you all know, I know. More than 2 lakh people listened to him. What was the dream? What dream he was having? He was having a very simple dream that a black boy and white girl should go hand in hand, the sense of equality. And what Basava did in 12th century, the marriage took place between a Brahmin girl and an untouchable boy. And because of that, genocide took place. They murdered Sharanas, they burnt their literature. What we are getting, the 15,000 vachanas are less than 1% of their product. It is not Kalyana Kranti, it is Kalyana Mashakir, it is a Kalyana genocide. They murdered tens of thousands of Sharanas overnight, and they scattered, this generation scattered for 3 centuries. When they got little shelter in Vijayanagar kingdom in 15th century, then they started, codifying their literature, their experience, their knowledge, and they got little land in that Vijayanagara empire. Then they survived. Just imagine, your forefathers suffered from 12th century to 15th century for a cause, not for anything, for human dignity. And this is the great legacy, great heritage you are having. That's why try to think on this line, and how Linga Puja, what is the use of Linga Puja? To understand that our wives are equal to us, we people. To understand that the neighbor is equal to me. To understand that rich or poor, we are all equal. There is no caste system, there is no race system, because this color is also artificial. Many scientists are here, like our Chandru. See, this color is also product of our environment. We are all one, soul is one. Everybody is equal. Skin within is everything is equal. That's why this Basava told, just imagine, he told long ago about the oneness of humankind and oneness of life. We call it Basavadvaita. And he told this Linga Puja is to know all these things. It is not just ritual. He told Lingava Pujasi Phalavenaya, ಕೂಡಲ ಸಂಗಮ ದೇವರ ಮನಮುಟ್ಟಿ ಪೂಜಿಸಿ ನದಿಯೊಳಗೆ ನದಿ ಬೆರೆಸಿದಂತಾಗದಂತೆ. Life is like meeting rivers. Every human being is a river. When we will come out from our house, we should mix with the people, like how the river mixes river, and you can classify the water. Everything is H2. That's why we should live like this. We should live with the world. We should live with the nature. And this Kayaka Tattva, I was very much interested in Kayaka Tattva, but we must try to understand this. Basava Tattva is Kayaka Tattva. Kayaka Tattva is Nisarga Tattva. Now the mic is here, it is also working. Otherwise I'll throw this. This camera is working. The chair is working, it is taking care of you. You look at the sun is working. Look at the earthworm is working. It goes on, taking care of our land. And this river is working. If the rivers stop, going or meeting the ocean, the entire ocean will become, the dead ocean, because all creatures will die. If there is, you don't get the water, because it maintains all the qualities of the ocean. Everything is working. You look at the tree, it gives fruits. You look at the honey bee, how it works. Otherwise we won't get any fruit, we won't get any crop, any product we won't get. This is the nature. The nature works, and this how we get all the seasons, because the globe is working, sun is working, moon is working, stars are working, everything. No work means it is death. When the sun stops giving light, think that sun is dead. Because even whatever you see, what our Sharanas said, even Allah Prabhu said, Rupinge Keduntu, what we see is perishable. It may be sun, moon, ocean, plane, whatever it may be. What we see is perishable. This is the reality. We are here. We won't be here after 100 years. That is the truth. What we see is perishable. It's so scientific. Everything come out from the vacuum, and energy converted into the matter, and matter will end up in energy. And what science tells, our Sharanas told 850 years ago. That's why I'll stop here, and I would like to have discussion after Purnaka's lecture, because we can have common discussion. Otherwise you won't get time. Okay, thank you all.
Thank you, Ramjan Darga. It was an excellent speech. It was very nice to talk about Basava's principle using today's terminology, jargon, and that shows Basava's principle, which is from 12th century, how relevant it is even today. And we should be so proud of that fact, that we all follow Basava principle. So thank you. And as you said, we are going to have a question and answer session at the end. So we'll continue with the next program. Now I request J. Savan to sing a prayer song.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಶರಣು. ಶ್ರೀ ರಾಮಜನ್ ಅವರು ಭಾಳ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಆರಂಭ ಮಾಡುವೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ವಚನದ ಅರ್ಥನ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಆ ವಚನ ನಾವು ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಜಗದೀಶ್ ಅವರು ನನಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಮೊದಲನೇ. ಅದನ್ನು ಇನ್ನು ಮುಂದೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ.
ಮೈಕ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ.
ಆರಂಭ ಮಾಡುವೆ ಗುರು ಪೂಜೆಗೆಂದು ಆರಂಭ ಮಾಡುವೆ ಗುರು ಪೂಜೆಗೆಂದು ವ್ಯವಹಾರ ಲಿಂಗಾರ್ಚನೆಗೆಂದು ವ್ಯವಹಾರ ಮಾಡುವೆ, ಲಿಂಗಾರ್ಚನೆಗೆಂದು ಪರಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡುವೆನಯ್ಯ, ಪರಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡುವೆನಯ್ಯ, ಜಂಗಮ ದಾಸೋಹಕ್ಕೆಂದು ಆರಂಭ ಮಾಡುವೆ. ನಾನಾವ ಕರ್ಮಗಳ ಮಾಡಿದೆಡೆಯೋ, ನಾನಾವ ಕರ್ಮಗಳ ಮಾಡಿದೆಡೆಯೋ, ಆ ಕರ್ಮ ಆ ಭೋಗ ನೀ ಕೊಡುವೆ ಎಂಬುದ ನಾನು ಬಲ್ಲೆನು. ನೀ ಕೊಟ್ಟ ದ್ರವ್ಯವ ನಿಮಗಲ್ಲದೆ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಕ್ರಿಯೆ ಮಾಡೆನು. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸೊಲ್ಲನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸುವೆ ನಿಮ್ಮಾಣೆ, ಕೂಡಲ ಸಂಗಮ ದೇವ ಆರಂಭ ಮಾಡುವೆ. ಗುರು ಪೂಜೆಗೆಂದು ವ್ಯವಹಾರ ಮಾಡುವೆ, ಲಿಂಗಾರ್ಚನೆಗೆಂದು ಪರಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡುವೆನಯ್ಯ, ಜಂಗಮ ದಾಸೋಹಕ್ಕೆಂದು ಆರಂಭ ಮಾಡುವೆ.
ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಮ್ಮ ನಿಮಗೆ
So just 1 minute, just 1 minute. It's really a fantastic, voice. Really, I'm very happy. Wonder ಏನಂದ್ರೆ that ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸೊಮ್ಮ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸುವೆ. It's a very interesting line. He considers the society's god Jangama Linga. We'll get from Linga and we'll give it to Jangama Linga. Somu means fund. Sivana Somu, Siva Nidhi. It means social fund. And he is the father of social fund also. He was the first man who created social fund for Sharana Sankula. Thank God.
ಇದು ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕಾಪಿನ ಅದು ಆರಂಭ ಮಾಡುವೆ, ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ. This ಎಲ್ಲ hope everybody got this circular this one sheet. Of course we can send it by email also. Okay.
Thank you, Jay. That was